Wrestling fans, we are just over 2 weeks away from WrestleMania 35. 35 years in the making of WrestleMania. And so far, WWE has gotten us a little interested in WrestleMania. Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey, Raw Women's Championship. They got us a little interested in WrestleMania with the WWE Championship, the Universal Championship as well. And they have us wondering now, also, is Baron Corbin really going to face Kurt Angle with all the heat WWE is getting from the wrestling fans? Rightfully deserved because of that matchup. So, with all that being said, wrestling fans, WWE in 2 weeks at WrestleMania 35 is supposed to make history. WWE in 2 weeks at WrestleMania 35 is supposed to put on the biggest, grandest, granddaddy, phenomenal, spectacular of them all. Well, in WWE's eyes anyway, not in the wrestling fans' eyes, okay? Not in our eyes, all right? And the biggest core reason, one of the biggest core reasons why the wrestling fans in the modern era have started thinking that is one of the reports I just got done reading. I have heard fans gripe, moan, groan, and complain about, rightfully deserved, who sit in the arena each and every year. This year, WrestleMania 35 is supposed to be 17 matches and over 8 hours long, wrestling fans. Let me repeat that. Over 8 hours long. Now, before I continue, remember to subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. Be much appreciated. Join me on my journey here on YouTube. But as far as WrestleMania is concerned, let me make this clear. I like watching wrestling just as much as the next wrestling fan. Okay? But to watch one show, one particular wrestling show for 8 hours is hard to do. To do that for a 5-hour span is hard to do. Now, I know that 8-hour show, and every wrestling fan out there needs to know this too, that out of that 8-hour span, 3 hours of it, which they have not mentioned this yet, and I'll be surprised if they don't make this a 3-hour long pre-show, but 3 hours of it will be the pre-show. Because they have done that before for WrestleMania. So let's get that out of the way. But the WrestleManias that I have been, that has been the one complaint, the one that fans genuinely make the most. Vince, stop making WrestleMania so long. What do? You just make it longer. Now, for those of you that don't have a YouTube channel and you just have a YouTube account and you come on here and you watch, or if you don't have a YouTube channel or account and you come on here and you watch and things of that nature, it probably doesn't bother you at all. It probably doesn't. You'll probably go back and you'll watch it some other time if you're a wrestling fan or whatever. But for the ones that do reviews and that kind of stuff for you and are really die-hard wrestling fans, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Not only that, but let me make this clear. I also heard a rumor, I don't know how much this is true. I heard a rumor that it's a possibility that WrestleMania could go to 2 days in the future. 2 days? 2 days. Have WrestleMania a 2-day event? Are you kidding me? WrestleMania does not need to be 2 days. Sure, it would cut down the shows. If they're going to have 8 hours, you have 4 hours one day, 4 hours another day. Split up, the matches and that kind of stuff. Have one big event, and then another big event. But WrestleMania is so loaded with stuff, you don't need it to be 2 days. I'm going back and watching some of these old pay-per-views, old WrestleMania pay-per-views, getting ready for WrestleMania and things like that. WrestleMania 10, I want you to just think of this. WrestleMania 10, 9, 8, and 7. Those 4 I'm going to point out specifically, okay? And I know there's others out there as well. Others from the modern era, where we saw, Michaels versus Taker and Batista versus Taker and all that kind of good stuff. But those 4 that I just picked out, 3 of them under 3 hours long. Under 3 hours long. The other one, WrestleMania 7, under 4 hours long. And all of them, except WrestleMania 9, I genuinely was able to sit and enjoy. I was. And if you are any type of fan over, I don't know, the past 30 years like I have been, because I remember watching that when I was a little kid, but I went back and watched it now. You probably would say the same thing. So in closing, WWE, it is not needed for WrestleMania to be 8 hours long. 8 hours. It's just not. For the fans in attendance, I I give you this advice. If you are going to WrestleMania 35 and you're watching this right now, I give you this advice. Do what me and everybody that went to a past WrestleMania with me before has done. If you show up early to MetLife Stadium or whatever WrestleMania you go to, and you are not one of those that likes to just sit in the arena for 8 hours long, stand outside the arena and have fun with the fans for a while before you go in to the show. That is just as much fun as sitting there during the pre-show. What do you miss during the pre-show? Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? One of the matches that they don't really advertise that well, or they don't put any type of investment into, so you really don't give a crap if you watch it or not. If you're going to WrestleMania 35 this year, I give you that advice. Because if WrestleMania is 8 hours long this year, that will make WrestleMania not feel near as long once you get inside MetLife Stadium. And you'll have some extra fun with the fans as well. That's just my experience, and that's just a tip I'm giving to the fans. And as far as WWE, your WrestleMania does not need to be that long. That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a thumbs up down below. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe. Hit that bell. Thank you if you're one of the 225 subscribers right here on this channel. And go back and watch anything you missed, like Monday Night Raw review and Smackdown Live review. Both of those links will be in the description down below if you have not seen them. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.